There's our temperature this morning in the cabin. A little chilly. August. Okay, I haven't recorded anything in a couple days. What's been going on? The crunched trailer is gone. A very brave truck driver with a big long flatbed truck came, hooked onto it, took it away. Insurance money is on the way. That's a plus. A couple mornings ago, I was sitting at the table, and for about 4 seconds down there, I saw a mama bobcat and 3 of her babies. So that's the first time I've ever seen a bobcat. That was exciting. Oh, and I don't have to point over there, but I had a small box on the ramp of things from inside the cabin that I didn't think needed to be in there, so I was going to put them in the building. I put the box on the ramp. It was a day where I went to a place where I got enough signal where I can call back home. And when I came back, 2 of the empty Jif peanut butter jars that I like to use for screws and nails, they were cleaned. They've been through a dishwasher. They've sat around in the back porch for months. 2 of them were squashed. One was at the bottom of the ramp in the driveway. The other one was up by the swing. It was squashed. The lid broke off. And they both had bite marks or claw marks in them. I'm thinking I had a bear when I was away on a phone call. There's the view this morning. Sounds like the neighbor's taking a trailer down the road. Since my little roller coaster ride, I was in this neighborhood. I don't know if I mentioned it. Got to looking at it, and the whole thing, I flipped it head over heels because I was going backwards, trying to smooth this out. And down there, the bucket was going the opposite direction. So not only did I go down the hill and put it on its side, but I flipped it head over heels. And the guys came on Sunday, and with 2 winches, chains, pulleys, hooked onto that tree, hooked onto their truck, they dragged it onto a trailer, took it away. And they looked at it, and they're pretty sure the engine's okay. I keep looking up here because every day I see something now. One day back here I saw 7 bucks together. I've seen 4 bucks together. You know, now that there's been a bear around, and I've seen bobcats, turkeys. Anyway, back to this. They took a little bit of oil out of the cylinders, but one of the tracks is out of whack. They said one side's a little higher than the other. So for their insurance, they had it sent to a bobcat dealership. So I don't know what's going to happen there yet. But I'm getting a refund because I paid for a week. I only had it for 2 days. And then I'll have to pay for whatever has to get fixed. Hopefully something little. Okay. So that's about as far as I got with the bobcat. Here's how far I got with my own hoss. Let's see, I need to dig this out some more, but this is how wide it is up here now. And obviously those are my solar poles. So the solar panels are going to sit in this area. Up here, I can get this and that. That big tree's going to come down one of these days with some help. Okay, so that's going to start there and kind of come this direction. Solar, you know, until about around here. There's the tank for that building. I'm going to cut a notch into that cutout and put the tank in the ground. Okay, and then about in this area, I'm going to cut out some more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And someday there's going to be a bunkhouse guest cabin right here. Not as fancy as the Shangri-La right there. But something grandkids or whoever can come and sleep in. Might just be full of a bunch of bunk beds. And a wood stove. I don't even know if I'll insulate it. Alright. Then I kept going. The deer like this. I wanted to make a trail all the way around. I don't know what I'm going to have after the bunkhouse. Who knows? This is could be where chickens go someday. Garden stuff. I'm planning on making some kind of steps right here. Dig this out and some kind of steps to the bottom. So we got this trail going all the way around. See the deer? They're very appreciative of the flat ground now. And I took that all the way down to the bottom. I'm not going to walk it. I'm already breathing too much. It's about 6:30 in the morning. So that's what I've done. It was hot, dusty. We've had a couple little rains now, so it's a lot better now. It's only about 32 degrees right now, August 27, somewhere around there. So, in my little roller coaster ride, goofed me up a little bit. So for about a half a day I just watched movies. But now I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's see what I get done. Hey, I'm going to show you something else. Hold on. Wanted to show you how far my bridge, beaver dam, road / is coming. This used to just be a little thing coming about that far. I don't know how many trips I made over here with the bobcat. That helped a lot. But I'm way out here. I don't know, halfway. Maybe a little farther than halfway. A lot of clay, gravel, boulders. Trying to get over to there. Doesn't have to be this tall, it's just a little spooky to slope down so far in the skid loader, not know if you're going to back out. So I'm trying to get over to there. So I have more land to go check out on a vehicle. And we're gonna, like I've said, build a little a little building over there. Alright, I just wanted to show you. Here, I'll show you the side view. Maybe that'll give a different aspect. There you go. Now, how many times did I come over here and dump? After I cut up 2 chunks of junky trees and stacked them all there just for a little extra fill. Yep. Lots. I didn't count. We don't work that hard here mentally. There's another log. Firewood. Okay. Gonna go find something for breakfast. We'll see you later. Okay, what did I get done today? August 29th. I think I've been here 16 days. This part here, ceiling, floor to the loft. We were going to cover this part with the old tin, but I made a management decision and carried on with this cheap pine wood down to the wall, and we'll paint that red. So I put that on there. What else? What else? I got the ramp just right for Thor and the wife. Don't look at that right brick. I think it's loose. But it's pretty levelish across now. Not much of a step. I don't think the wife is going to complain finally about that. Or Thor. He gets up to this part and he just looks at us. I'm like, come on Thor, you can jump on the couch, but you can't jump 10 inches to the ramp. Okay. I dug into that corner back there some more. Eventually I want to go around behind that building. And down in there is that good stuff. There's no gold in it, but it's good stuff for driveways. I don't know, I probably put 12 or 14 more scoops in this. Used to be kind of a flat hole. And trying to fix this area. Also, when it gets muddy, which it's gonna, it just throws the truck right over. So I'd like to, maybe when I dig on the back of the building, carry on with this stuff down the road farther. Because a couple nights ago it did rain, and this was packed down real good. So I'm thinking that's going to be a big improvement to walk on instead of having 50 boards all over the ground to avoid the slope mud. What else? I know I did something else. Okay, yeah. Something's missing back here. I just got done with that. Another project I probably should have waited till tomorrow. You'll see why. Has something to do with those. I probably should have hooked them up, but it's 5 o'clock. The other day when I wanted to quit at 5 and I didn't, I went rocking and rolling. So this time, I moved the solar panels back up here. gonna have calves like Olympian. Okay, before we get to the solar panels, hey, it's one of my chipmunk buddies. I grooved into this bank, oh, I don't know, 6 feet at an angle. And I'm just going to tell you, that green trailer wagon is going to sit up here. And I won't tell you all the ideas, but it has to do with the solar panels. So I got those 4 up here. Yeah, I'm not going to win an award on my installment. And I got these 4 up here. The forks for my skid loader are about a D minus, I would say. And I got them up, I got this first 4 up here. I laid them on, I got 2 of these long skinny wood pallets. So they were hanging over about a foot on each side. I'm going slow, going slow, going slow. And the pallets started to slip. And the one corner hit right here. And they're not supposed to look like that. There went a couple $100 down the drain. There you go, you got to see me wearing my hillbilly pants. So I'm pretty upset about that. I have 4 more at home, but that's beside the point. I'm not here to throw away $200. This 4, this is not even close to where I want them. They're going to go over there. So I tried to set them up here because when I was doing it, that sun was still hitting this bank. But I could not get them to sit there and get out with my forks and not go. So I put them there. I don't know how much, I'm trying to remember how much one weighs. I think like 28.6 pounds or something. So there's 140 pounds maybe with the boards. So they're not light to move around and jostle around, and now my back does hurt. So that's what I did. I dug this out. Yeah, I come down here too. I did a lot today. Did some measuring. I've said it before, we're going to have a bunkhouse. It's going to start at these rocks. It's going to go to this rock here. So I've been digging away at that. So eventually when that sits back here, it's not going to be big, like 10 by 16 or 20 or so. So obviously you'll be able to, maybe I'll put the door so you can see right through, right there. So if somebody does come up the drive, they'll see this building. And then this building, it's probably not going to even be taller than this pile of dirt right here. That tank goes in the ground. I'll put a scoop of black dirt. I'm going to try to do that in between each build. I already did it there. Flattened it all out. Maybe plant some grass seed. So in between each building, it looks halfway nice. Might put a lilac bush or something else. The ups and downs. It's a lot harder when you're doing all this by yourself. The skid loader, you can't get out until the stupid thing is almost completely flush with the ground. You're on the ground, but if it isn't flush, you can't get the door open. So you can't do much. Old farm wagon. I got some steel wheels We'll see what it looks like someday. That big ugly thing. I was going to put it way up there. I might not now. I might have a different idea. Hard work is starting to sound really ugly to me. I came here to sit on my front porch. I already got that. So that's what I did today. Tomorrow, I think we're going to start on this. I think that's the plan. Tomorrow, start smacking away at a trench here. About 5 or 6 feet wide. Not all the way back, but darn near all the way back to that wall. Alright, we'll see you later. Alright, we are cranking out some solar again. I got the cables back up there hanging. Not official, but they are off the ground and sprung around the 2x4 there on the stovepipe extension. So that means I can park the truck all the way back. First time we've been able to do that. No junk wood pile, no cables, no trailer. There, I put the forklift in the timeout section. Ticked off at it. So I got all that up. I am going to have one more pole up there. Maybe next time we show up, I'll bring one. Don't have another sign yet. I have to figure out what the next sign's going to say. Don't have that idea yet. Speaking of ideas, I'll show you what one I'm working on now. Well, I know that I've talked about how blue the sky is here a gazillion times. We'll get ready for gazillion and one. This is my idea for the ceiling in the bedroom. Kitchen's white. The center stove area is kind of a dark reddish. That's as close as I could get. I probably stood at Home Depot and looked at colors for an hour. Guy's probably starting to worry about me. But I'm going to do this the same way that we did in the kitchen. So if a person is laying there, you can still think about looking at the sky. So I got to paint 39 of these. I don't know if, I probably won't get them up this trip, but it's better to paint them now in the 70s and 80s than next time when it's 50s. So that is what I'm working on, and you're seeing that idea for the first time right here. Alright, back to painting. Just sitting here resting. How's my hairs look? Back here on the red bench. Looking around. What did I do today? There is a doe up there. I tell you what, that's enough of me. Every day I am seeing deer. They must feel safe here. They got right there. There was a buck over here when there was shade under that tree. It's okay, Mama. Put your ears down. He was probably laughing. If bucks laugh, he was probably laughing at me this afternoon. I'll show you why in a minute. This morning I went to the big city of Great Falls, Montana. I don't know, was the fawn with her? Can't tell. I think so, yeah. They've been around every day out front. I watch them in the morning. I'll show you some pictures. They're checking out my dam that I'm making. Wondering when I'm going to get it done. I moved my big black tube down here to where it's going to go. I had it sitting up there thinking that'll never move. That thinking was incorrect. It was about halfway down the hill. So I moved that roughly to where it's going to go. That's about all I did back here. There's the bench. I think I'm going to put it up there by the solar panels eventually. You get that real good view, breeze. For any of you people that like to read books, I can't remember the last book I read. Okay. I put a bunch more material. This afternoon was all on the hoss. I went and got 20 gallons of diesel. Great Falls. I suppose there's some falls there. I haven't seen them yet. I imagine it's some water and some rocks. Probably pretty cool. Eventually I'll go check it out. I lived 100 miles away from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I didn't look at them for about 15 years. So anyway, I'm trying to build all this up with some clay, limestone, rock, shale, whatever all that is. Like I said, I'm a rocker, not a rock hound. I'll show you what I did and then I'll show you what I did. I didn't want to quit until I got this. I'm sticking around for 2 more days. I was going to leave on Monday, but then I remembered it's a holiday. I don't want to goof with holiday traffic, holiday hotel. Alright, yes, there's one dinger. You guys can start keeping track. But I'm going to make this not a covered porch, but so you can go all the way around it. I think the attachments to hoss I'm going to park over here, so they have their own official spot. Maybe back here, I'm not sure, but I didn't like how the water would drip right back here and then whoosh, right up on the building. I'll get a rake, get some of that away from the metal. I'll show you the front. I'm avoiding some things here. I'm saving that for last. I think God gave me a signal. Okay, this used to stop. You had to almost hold on. Yes, here's dinger number 2. Keep track. You almost had to hold on to this corner to walk around this. So I put a lot of loads around here. A lot of loads. This would be nice to just walk around. Stack stuff out here. Flat ground. They say it's precious. Okay, here's the other things. Jeff hit the workbench again. Dinger number 3. This time it is out of commission. We'll see if I can fix it. Jeff hit the oil barrel. Dinger. I just bumped them, nothing serious. Jeff hit the wheelbarrow 1, 2, 3 times. The last time, I bent the wheel. I think I'm going to just pound on it with a hammer. We'll see. This is where the workbench was. Kind of helped me out eventually to get that thing out of the way. About 5 minutes before it quit. Oh, not yet. I had a bunch of galvanized steel sitting here. Now what I got is galvanized, well, I should say rolled steel. Now I have flat steel. I still have 1 roll. This was out here. I moved it inside after I ran over it once on the end. Did I put them inside? Nope. Dingers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then about 3, 4, 5 minutes before I quit, yeah, that's when I hit the wheelbarrow again. I hit the white bucket. I hit all of this wood. That's it. I shut off the key. I was getting a sign from above. That was it. It's getting kind of wobbly. So I went and got water, and that's what I did today. About 5 hours. I think that's pretty good. I'm hoping this will pack down eventually. Get some of these big rocks out of here. Pack down like this did. So we don't have 25 boards laying out here to walk across all the mud. I'd like to do this all the way down. I don't know, someday. Because when it gets muddy, I'll probably park down there or about right over there, because the truck don't make it. The truck don't make it now when this dirt. Here, I'll show you how dry it is here. And it's rained a couple times. The dirt is like powdered sugar. It's hard to get any traction on it. So yeah, Mr. Buck sat there underneath that tree and watched me put my hands up inside there, say some colorful language, roll my eyes, drop my head. I did increase the pile here. Smaller pieces. Kindling. But I was only going to get this started. That's what I was thinking. So did you count all the dingers? I didn't. I don't want to talk about them. I'm going in. It's time to chow. See you the next time. I did score some welfare wood. Welfare wood. That is when free cut wood has been laying there for months alongside the road. And somebody like me says, thank you very much. I'm borrowing that phrase, welfare wood, from another YouTuber. But so what? That's pretty nice of them people to cut that up and leave it laying there for me. Appreciate it. Do it some more. Okay, let's see what I have been busting up today. Only dirt and rock. 10:30 this morning. The stake I put there on purpose, very gently. Wasn't even bent, was it? Alright. There's a couple hours worth of picking away with Hoss. He's been feeding. But it's eventually going to go down in something like this. I don't know how much farther. Let's see here. Where that 2x4 back there touches the ground. That's the back of the building. And the tub tank is going to sit about in the middle. So I really don't have to go that much farther. Then I'll have to go a little bit wider. Probably here in the middle. And little deeper. But that's what I've been doing so far this morning. Boom, 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 boom. Hard stuff. Hard stuff. The dirt and the real rocky crap I've been putting over here. The fine clay. Not too many rocks. Again, I've been putting down here. Starting to look like a real driveway right here. I don't want too many people to see what I can do. They're going to start asking me for help. I'll never get any work done around here. Alright, just showing you what I've been doing so far this morning. I still need to finish up over there. I did pick up my messes, except for the table. But I'm ready to go over there and finish that up. It's supposed to get hot today, the 90s. So I thought I'd work over here in the hot area first. This little guy has been all over the place. I thought he was headed for the green grass, but then he turned around. Wonder how they know where they're going. Do they even know where they're going? Should I just pick him up and put him somewhere? He can't be happy in the rocks. Alright, we'll see you later. Alright, I'm thinking about it. I don't think I had any dings today with Haas. I don't think I hit anything I wasn't supposed to hit. I got the hole finished for the water tank. I put some of my black powdered sugar on the bottom there. Make it a little softer. Next time, when I have some help, we'll set it down in there. So I got that in there. Pretty sure it'll fit. Measured a couple times, cut once. In that hole on the right side, there was like this vein, and it probably won't show up now, but it looked purple. I don't know if that looks purple still to you. All these rocks, when I was digging them out, had like a purple on them. You see a purple right there? Oh, maybe I am a rock hound. I don't know. Now a lot of it looks black or gray, but it definitely stuck out when I was digging. So I pulled out some samples. I got a couple inside that I washed. I don't know. Playing tricks on my mind. So I got that hole done. That was on the list. Ooh man, look at this driveway. Got all that part finished. And I did all this in one day. What am I going to do tomorrow? I was going to leave tomorrow. Shazam! I got the cutout done behind the Haas house. And I got the wraparound done. Butt cheeks were a little tight right here. Still had the memory of the rock and roll. Rock and Roll Over. It's a Kiss album. Pretty good. So, now I got this shelf all the way around. I like that. Everybody is going to be so jealous of all the flat ground I keep making. Look at this. That's probably 8 foot. Workbench, we're not talking about it. I didn't hit it today. beefed up this area. When this gets wet and muddy, it wants to suck my truck over. So I thought if I beef this side up, maybe it won't happen anymore. I made about 30 more trips. Yeah, I even did that. Over there to the bridge, I make a big pile, and then I kind of ease my way down. So we're getting there. So, I did all that today. Tomorrow's my last day here at the Ponderosa. Probably going to dink around on the skid loader for a while yet. Smooth out some stuff. Take down another pile of rock yet. So that's more trips to the dam. Not going to film any of that. I don't film boring stuff. I don't talk about the weather forecast. It's supposed to rain today. La-di-da. I'd like to take this down and some of that one. So, that's it for today. We'll see you on the next time.